Alright, what's up there, people? ZeroCarGarage here. Nothing spectacular going on right now, and the garage is a hot mess because what I'm doing today is trying to pump a little life back into this motor stand. Now, I actually started this project last weekend. I grinded down all the spots on it, but I just didn't feel necessary to really film everything because it's really not that exciting of a project. So I just wanted to get it on there and get with it and get going. Let me show you where I'm starting out at. Yes, the motor block is still sitting there. I haven't took it to the machine shop yet, but I got a lot going on. My motor stand, this is just the average Harbor Freight motor stand, and basically they set out in the backyard baking in the hot Arizona sun, and it basically faded the paint a lot. They used to be orange, but now it's just kind of a pale, chalky color. So I'm actually going to redo this one too after I drop the motor off, but I'm going to really put a nice paint job on that. This is my motor stand. I bought two of them because I was using them as a frame holder and flipping the frame. And in order to do that, I had to modify this one. I had to add a bar to it to raise it up and kind of weld the braces on. But when I did it, I was in a big rush, and it was real questionable. So the welds were real questionable, so I just put them on there thick, but they were ugly as hell. So I grinded them on down, make it look a little bit better, but it's not flawless. So this one's still going to be the rough looking one. I could have did a lot better with this job. I could have threw some Bondo on it, smoothed it all out. But this one's not going to be that serious because I'm going to paint this with spray paint. The other one I have over there in the corner, I will paint with real car paint. And that'll be on a different time, different video, different situation. But for this one, I probably going to end up putting my old transmission on it. But before I do, I wanted to try to, pump some life back into it. So I tore it all apart, grind down all the rough, ugly looking welds to try to make it a little bit better. And now what I've done is sanded it all down. I grinded it with the grinder, different stages of grinding. And then I sanded stuffed the whole thing down with this right here, Harbor Freight Special, coarse grit. And then just use this right here and just sanded the whole thing down real quick. Nothing major, just a real quick scuff job. So you're really not supposed to paint over raw metal, but I got some spray paint. It's supposed to be paint and primer. So I'm just going to shoot over it and see what happens. It's not that serious. I still got a few spots I can't get to. I got to scuff my hand. But I think the next stage of this is to set this up in the backyard, clean this up, and knock the dust off of it and really start spraying. I'll show you the paint stuff I'm using. I'll show you the paint stuff I'm using once I get it all set up there. I'm in a hurry. I don't want to kill my whole weekend doing this, so I'm just trying to hurry up and get this done and get this going. All right, people. Ain't nothing major going on. ZeroCarGarage signing out. Just out here tinkering in the ZeroCarGarage. Okay. This is going to be the setup for right now. Something quick, something easy. Move this to the backyard because I didn't want overspray all over the place. Never mind that little junk in the corner. This is like my little mini junkyard back here. But I got it all set up. Got it all scuffed up. Got it wiped off, dusted off, and it's ready to start spraying. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Oh yeah, I scuffed it. The parts I couldn't reach with the machine, with the tools, I scuffed it with a red Scotch-Brite. And then wiped all the dust off with this microfiber. But I got one of these, which is the cheap stuff, and then I got maybe a bunch of these. I got a whole bunch of this tan spray paint because I was going to paint a fence at one time, but I changed my mind. I wish it was black, but tan is the color I got. I've had this for years, so I've never really had anything to do with it. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to paint that one stand tan just so I can use this paint. I'm going to use this stuff here for like the first coat, almost like the guide coat, because I only got one can of the cheap stuff. So let me get this on here. And I'm not going to show you spraying it, just spray painting a part. I mean, everybody knows how to spray paint. I'm just showing you what I was using, showing you what I'm started with, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done with all the coats. All right. Okay, there we go. Done deal. What you're looking at is the first can. I put the cheap can. Couple real light coats on the bottom and all the way around it. And then I use one big can of the good stuff and a can and a half. So all in all, I used 2.5 cans. Yeah. 2.5 cans. I know it's a little hard to see because it's shaded, but you can tell it looks a lot better. Yeah, there's still a dent right there. It ain't that serious. My main thing was getting it coated. Let me show you this one. It's a little bit better. But my main thing is getting it coated since it was faded. Had one thin layer of orange on there from Harbor Freight. So I painted tan because that's what I had is tan spray paint and I need to use it up. So there you go. There's really no really good clean shot of it in the sun yet, but I'm gonna let it sit like this probably overnight, most likely overnight. And tomorrow's clip, the last I'm gonna really talk about this project here, is I'm gonna put it back together and I'll show you what it looks like all put back together with everything mounted back on top of it. There is one more piece I gotta paint that goes under there, but I gotta break that down still. And I'll probably do that later because I don't think I want to do that tan. I might do a tan because I still got tan paint left, but we'll see. But once I get this all back together, I can roll it around freely instead of having to carry it and drag it around. So there you have it, people. That's all I'm gonna do for this Saturday. I'll pick this back up tomorrow, put it all back together, and I'll let you see what it's looking like in the sun. All right, what's up there, people? 100 Spoke Riders here again. It's Monday. Just out here still tinkering with this motor stand. I just took apart the top half, the part that actually spins and turns and makes the motor move on this stand, which is this part right here. So I just took that apart. Here's all the pieces. As you see, it is very either rusted or faded pretty badly. Either way, it's in pretty bad shape. So nothing major going on. Just took it apart and I'm about to scuff it up. Get it scuffed up, get the rust off of it, and get it ready to start painting it. Most likely the same tan I painted the stand itself. That's all I got is that tan spray paint. It would be cool to have it two-tone, like, because this one's the stand is orange and the top is black, but it ain't that serious. I'm gonna use up what I got. So tan it will be. All right, people. Ain't nothing really to see here, nothing to show you. There's a whole bunch of messy grinding and sanding. I'll bring this back once I get it set up and ready to spray. Okay, there it is. Done deal. Looks a little better than when it started. And that was the main goal. Okay, engine stand painted. Now it's time to move on to something else. And I got 1,000,001 projects over here to do. All right, people. Just out here tinkering around in the backyard, letting you see what I see. 100 Spoke Rider sign out with a tan engine stand.